Today I am rating every single talk show host ever that I could think of. Look, there's some super duper old guys that I just never saw growing up and I probably shouldn't have an opinion about because I don't know about them. But I have seen a good amount of TV talkers and I have some hot takes on them. And if you're pretty retro like me, you don't just want me moving their heads on digital media. No, because I have this beautiful invention here, a physical tier list. The craftsmanship. Wow, that's banging. Ooh. Just one more thing before we start. These are all just my opinions, so they're correct. So just calm down, okay? Do not contest them. And I'll be scoring these hosts on 3 factors. 1, their interview ability. 2, their ability. And 3, their funny ability, okay? Between them 3 things, we'll score them between an S and an F on the physical board. Without further ado, let's roll into it. I'm just gonna stand up. You know, I'm just gonna stand up. We're gonna start nice and easy with what is considered a layup. That is Conan O'Brien. Wow, look at them head sculpts. They look pretty cool, right? If you watch my videos, you know I made a previous video pretty much just supplying the biggest glaze of history on Conan. So I'm a big fan because he's the funniest, okay? He's a great interviewer. He makes everyone feel comfortable. It's always a good time. I wish his late night run was greater, so we have more Conan. But even with the hand he was dealt, he knocked it out of the park. And for that, he secures the first S on the board. Congratulations, Conan. Woo! Woo! Alright, I hope there's an applause effect. Applause effect everywhere. Woo! Jimmy Fallon, okay? The first Jimmy on our board will not be the last one, let me tell you that. He kind of thinks that everything has to be the funniest thing ever. He's just like, you've got a cat? It's not that funny, Jimmy. Calm down. Everyone has cats. As much as he overplays laughter, it's still a good way to engage with his guests because when someone's laughing, you do feel more comfortable. But as the audience, we just see that all the time, so we just get too much of it. It's just too much. If you cry wolf every single time, we're not gonna believe you. We're not gonna believe that you are actually laughing at something, okay? It could look like a lie. So for that, I'm gonna give him a C. By far not the worst, just not my style, okay? Not my style. Introducing Jay Leno. Now, I hope you guys love Jay Leno because it'll probably make up for my dislike of Jay Leno. I'm not a big fan. First off, what that chin do, bro? What that chin do? Here's some fun facts about Jay Leno. He has lots of cars. I guess he's a little bit funny, I guess. His head is double the size, but half as funny as everyone else on this list, including Jimmy Fallon. So, for that, sorry, this is a quick one. Quick one. He's in get I don't know why I was just doing the sound. Next up, we have David Letterman. So, he is a pioneer of the sport. Let me tell you what, a lot of people consider Letterman the GOAT. He's not my GOAT. I'm gonna break that illusion right now. He is very funny. I think he is pretty witty. I think sometimes he comes up as a little bit creepy. Okay? Just a little bit. But who doesn't? Conan does it. Jimmy doesn't. Jay Leno definitely does. Jay Leno definitely has a bit of creep in him. Okay? But I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about David Letterman. He has some good zingers. I like the zingers of David Letterman. And Letterman is, first off, a great, just to say, like, I'm just gonna watch Letterman. That rolls off the tongue very nicely. Letterman, squeeze, you know? It's very versatile. It's good. It's like a cha-cha. I like it. And just like Letterman would say, that was actually my attempt at a Letterman laugh. I hope that it was up to your stands. If not, next combatant is Trevor Noah. Whoa! Daily Show's little baby. Straight off the bat, Trevor Noah, you get max likability points because I think I can just hang out with you and it'd be a fun time. I think it'd be a fun time with Trevor Noah. He sounds like just a really good guy. And I think he's at his best when he's just doing jokes about his like social commentary, if it's about a president. And his stand-up is really funny, which gives me extra points because I like his special. So, Trevor Noah, I hardly know her, is a sound that A makes, is how I'm going to transition that. Well done, Trevor Noah. Hey, Jimmy Kimmel. And I'm going to try hard not just to compare him to Jimmy Fallon, because in my brain, my stupid brain, I go, Jimmy, which Jimmy? Jimmy? You know what? I'm just going to get all the comparisons out of the way right now. I think I would prefer to hang out, if I just had to pick, I'd prefer to hang out with Jimmy Fallon, I think. Look, I haven't met them, I would, but I do think Jimmy Kimmel is a better late night host, and we're going to put aside the blackface thing. Okay, we're just going to put that aside, because that happened, that happened. Jimmy, you need to settle down a little bit. Who do you think you are, Robert Downey Jr.? Because you're not. I think he's a pretty good interviewer. He asks some good questions. But his monologues for me are his downfall. I'm just not a big fan of his monologues. If he's monologuing, then I'm monologuing away. I'm going to leave it up to you, the comments, to define what monologuing away means. Right now, in my head, I'm thinking he would go to C, but I really like Guillermo, he's kind of a little sidekick there. He does the little tequila interviews on the red carpet. I like them, so I'm gonna give him a B to... So I'm gonna give him a B right there, because he should just behave, really. Now we have another Jimmy Corden. That doesn't work at all, does it? No, that doesn't. I don't like that. James Corden. I know the internet has pretty much turned against him, and he still gets much more views than myself, which I'm a little bit sour about, but I'm gonna bypass it for this instance. I actually think his show itself has some really good things going for it. Like, he has some fun segments, the carpool karaokes, the spill your guts. They're fun, engaging moments between the host and the guest. But I'm not judging the show, I'm judging the host, and his silly little boyish charm doesn't win me over. And look, I'm easy to win over, okay? You could win me over pretty easy. You just have to lay down a little bit of spazz, and I'll be like, that's my man right there. I'll take him, thank you very much, sold. It doesn't do things for me, so I'm just gonna put it down next to Big Chin. Taylor Tomlinson. I think I'm adding an extra syllable there. Taylor Tomlinson. She is a very talented stand-up comedian. I think she brings a little bit of youth into the show. I think she also has a super big potential to grow as well. And she is, I don't know, I think the show is entertaining. And she mixes her new style of comedy in with the old kind of segments, which I think work very well. And I think it's good. I think it's just good, okay? I'm gonna put her at B. The same as Letterman? Yep. Yeah. Same as Letterman. If there is a rare chance that you're a host and you're on this board and I've rated you and you are unhappy, for example, let's say Trevor Noah, okay? He's watching the video right now and he goes, what A? You put me at A. You put me above Letterman. That's crazy. Kale, you're a kooky little guy. No way. I would have to say no. No, okay? Trevor Noah, you have to stay there because I put you there, okay? So even if you're unhappy with your rating, that's where you're staying. All right? And that's all I have to say about that. Ellen DeGeneres. Will I be generous? No, okay? I don't like her, all right? Oh, she's just not entertaining to me. She's not funny. When the things came out about her that she was kind of a really bad boss and you can't look at her, that made me not want to look at her. I don't want to look past any of these numbers and we'll just go straight there, okay? Nice and quick. John Oliver. Now, originally, John Oliver wasn't on my list when I was making this video, but I told a couple of my friends that I was making this video and they said, you've got to put John Oliver on there. So I recently come into all this knowledge that there is a lot of John Oliver super fans. In my opinion, would be, he's a goofy little Brit in it. Please don't quote me on this if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure his wife is a war veteran, okay? And if I am right, please do feel free to quote me as much as you like. So I'm gonna give him a F for forgive me, okay? I was trying to be respectful. Sorry, that was terrible. I thought that maybe like a gasp moment, like, oh, what? But it wasn't. It seemed just weird. It would have been a C, but his wife is a war veteran, which B. That's what that has to be. Not an F. I don't know why I did that, okay? I don't know. I can't control myself sometimes, okay? Stephen Colbert. Let me get this off my chest. Not how his name should be spelled, but into my actual opinions. The Colbert Report was hilarious. I loved the Colbert Report. I think I liked him better when he was playing a different character than himself, which is sad, but in this internet times, it is true. I also think he looks way more serious than he actually is. Like, can we actually believe that this guy makes fart jokes? A lot of people like him. A lot of people have big respect for Steve, so let's chuck him in A. You know what? Right next to Trevor. Have a friend. Graham Norton. Okay, what comes to mind is always that Tom Hiddleston bit where he's just like, hello you. Each show for me is really just to flaunt some A-list actors and be like, look at all my guests, my massive guests. Now, tell me a story. Chris Pratt, do a magic trick. And then he also tips people off a chair if he doesn't like the story. Also, when I hear the word Norton, I think of two things: Fight Club and the antivirus software, which, if you want a free trial of, do not use the code Kale is broke. I repeat, do not use that code because we are not sponsored by them at all. Do not use the code Kale is broke. Anyway, C. Hey, Jimmy and Graham sitting in a tree. KISCCC. Next up, we have Adam Hills, which, if you're unfamiliar with Adam Hills, he is the host of The Last Leg, which makes him super qualified because he only has one leg. Now, he is a fellow Aussie. He's a great stand-up comedian, super funny. He hosted one of my favorite shows growing up, which is Spicks and Specs, which was like a music quiz show in Australia. I know most of you are in America right now, but if you want to guess some songs with some Aussies, Spicks and Specs, you should watch that. His interview style, I would say, he doesn't get the best questions out of guests, but he engages them very well and they always have a good time. Adam Hills, your name starts with A for Adam, so I'm gonna give you a. Yep, I thought about that way too hard just then. Seth Meyers, host of the Seth Meyers Show. He kind of has for me the Colin Jost effect, which is, he just seems like a very kind and nice man, and he is very witty. I like his style of comedy where they're little zingers, little jokes, and like Colin Jost, he's a very good host. Not much to say other than I'll chuck him in the bay. Will they all fit here? Charlie Pickering. Now, I think vast majority of you are not going to know who Charlie Pickering is. It's a exclusively Australian show. He does the weekly, so he does like a week update of like everything's happened that week. And fun fact, he was the first comedian I ever saw, like first stand-up comedian that I ever saw doing a full special. And for that, he has a very soft place in my heart. So I may be a little bit biased with this one, okay? The rest of them, not biased at all. No biases at all. This is 100% logical, but this one I am a little bit of bias. I know his show, he's interviewing, isn't as good as maybe like a Kimmel or a Conan. I understand that. Lower budgets, lower setups, but it's more of what I like. So I'm gonna give him I want to go there, but I don't think it fits. Hang on, let me do some assessing here. Yeah, no, we fit that in. We fit that. That's fine, right? You see, everyone, that's the main thing. Okay, up next is the Pent ultimate host. And the last two, I will admit, aren't as hosty as the rest of them. They're not as hosty, but I wanted to put them on the list because I want to put them on the list. Eric Andre! Whoa, all right. I know it's made to be clipped and it has all these huge moments that just seem totally absurd, but they are hilarious and it's perfectly encapsulating Eric Andre. It's also so digestible to watch, which it's funny. Most people wouldn't call this guy a genius. This guy's a comedy genius. So I'm also giving him S. Oh my God. Woo! And for our final host, it is a bit of a softball, but my favorite softball, Norm Macdonald, okay? He was, to me, the best part of the show. Weekend Update, mwah, chef's kiss. I love it. And I'm not even going to debate more. I'm going to already put it in S, because it is an S. It's S, okay? And I know some people had their doubts going into it. But when it was happening, it was great, okay? It was fantastic. It was new. It was fresh. It, I think, actually revolutionized TV, late night TV, because people were seeing that, they were reacting good, and they incorporated it into their own shows, I do believe. I could be wrong about this, but this was my opinion, and that's what I'm saying. This is the list. Do you agree with this list? Do you have problems with this list? If so, where are the problems? Please address them to me. Look, I hope you do like this video. If you want me to rate more things, let me know what you want me to rate in the comments. A lot of comment love today. But before you go in the comments, you know you have to subscribe. So see you later, guys. New videos always coming out. So bye. See you later. Subscribe.